morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you. So I welcome you to the meeting number 916 for GTMC. And today, my name is Nitin Sharma, and I'm playing the role of SAA, which is Sergeant at Arms, right? So, like everything we do in the life has a mission. So is our Toastmasters International as well. So every Toastmaster meeting is driven by MRF. M is mission, R is rules, and followed by the feedback. Sorry. So the mission of the Toastmaster is to provide supportive and positive learning experience so that the speakers are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills. And we have to keep this mission in our mind throughout the meeting, right? I request everyone to follow the following rules, which are as like this. Firstly, we have to switch off our phones so that the speaker doesn't get bothered or disturbed while they're speaking. Secondly, the objective is not to disturb the speaker, so please do not cross talks while the speakers are giving their respective speeches. But can kindly enter and leave the room only during the applause session only. So while the speaker is giving a speech, please do not enter or leave. That can disturb them going forward. And the photographs and videography of the session will be happening. If anybody wants himself or herself to be excluded from that, please let us know in advance so that can be taken care of. Finally, with the feedback session, towards the end of the session, there will be feedback taken from the guests, or we will do it after. Sorry, want to check.
After the session.
After the session, there will be a feedback session when the feedback from all the Toastmaster members as well as the guests will be taken, so that the evaluation of the meeting can be done accordingly. With that, I will hand over the session to the president of the club.
A very warm good morning to everyone to meeting number 916 at Gurgaon Toastmasters Club, and I wish everyone a very happy Independence Day weekend. So today, unlike many of our meetings, the guest count is a little less. So I think that's something good, because last time people were finding it really hard to get seats. So we'll start with guest introductions. Ma'am, tell us your name, what are your expectations from the session, and in general what you do, what you like to do.
So hi everyone, I am Manisha Kose. I work with Amex as a manager in data governance space. So I came across this club through Instagram, and I have recently joined as a manager. So my expectations here is to learn from everyone, network, and become a confident speaker. So right now the challenge what I face is suddenly the leaders throw me under the bus and they expect me to talk on topics that I'm not very much aware of. So I just want to gain some experience here and meet everybody and just be able to speak without competition. I'm excited to meet and learn from all.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome. Neeraj, as we all know, he is actually a Toastmasters, but he has been to quite some sessions. I will try to give his introduction to people who might not be aware. So Neeraj comes from Vadodara Toastmasters Club, where he has been president, as well as he has won accolades at district level and area level competitions at Vadodara, and he is soon to be member. And welcome, Neeraj. Anything you want to add?
No, it's just that my expectation from this meeting is that he will give me membership today. So I can take part in the humorous speech competition, and I love being here, man. It will be a shame if I not get membership.
Thank you. Good to have you here. But the only glitch to that was there is some all of him criteria that we have been given, but we'll get it sorted today. We'll give you the final confirmation. So with that, for the benefit of guests, I would like to quickly introduce Toastmasters concept. Toastmasters started in year 1924 in California by a person named Ralph C. Smedley, and the first club came up. The first club was known as California Chapter 1. Since then, over the past more than 100 years, it has grown, and there are now more than 14,000 Toastmasters clubs outside. Gurgaon Toastmasters Club has been in existence since 2008, and this is meeting number 916. So for 916 weekends, we group together on every Sunday, and we have a meeting like this. The structure of the meeting is like this: that there are 3 to 4 speakers. They give speech on a certain topic which is aligned to overall pedagogy that is defined by Toastmasters. Then there is a second section called table topic section. We have a table topic master, Anandita. So that is nothing but extempore. Members and guests can come and speak on any topic for 1 to 2 minutes. That's table topics. Then third section is evaluation section. The 4 speakers who give their speech are evaluated by individual evaluators, and there are also specialist evaluators that you see in the auxiliary role. So this is the Toastmaster structure for you. With that, let's go ahead with the meeting, and I would like to introduce Toastmaster of the day, Ashish. Ashish is a chartered accountant and a director with one of the leading consulting firms in India, with 15 years of experience in taxation and leadership. Beyond numbers and tax, he is passionate about public speaking, leadership, and storytelling. He is active Toastmaster who believes that every meeting is an opportunity to learn, connect, and become a better communicator. Theme of today is freedom then and now. By the theme, I'm gathering that it's on a certain serious note. I was thinking maybe Ashish will give it a more humorous note, but nevertheless, I was thinking of something around 90s movie, Pralanath Genda Swami or Mohambo, Nevertheless, let's have fun and let's have a thought-provoking meeting. With that, I'll hand over to T-Mod, Ashish. Now, Ashish, TM Ashish, Vidam Dharam.
The suspense is already created by Mr. President. So I'm not repeating the title of this meeting. You will get to understand what I'm going to tell you after a couple of minutes. Let me start with a small experiment, and I would encourage everyone to participate. Don't worry, there will not be an evaluation for this. When we hear the word freedom, what is the first thing which comes to our mind?
Discipline.
Anyone else want to try?
Hard fought. Was fought very hard.
Right.
Respect for freedom, right?
Absolutely right. Sir,
No restriction.
no restrictions.
Deep within, it is everyone's basic need. Everyone wants freedom deep within.
Everyone wants freedom, basic needs. Sir,
There's no pressure.
no pressure. So, everyone said their perspective of freedom in their own way. And we know that the freedom is beyond those things. We come here to speak and to become a better person of the people. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom to travel, freedom to think, freedom to choose, and freedom to work whatever way we want to work. And beyond that, you want freedom from Monday morning blues? Yes. Everyone wants. And looking at this rule, I believe that freedom is still under negotiation. People are still thinking their own way of freedom. Yesterday, we celebrated 80th Independence Day of India. Unlike Toastmaster Hima said, freedom is something which we follow. And there are many heroes which we know. Gandhiji, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, Bhagat Singh, and many unsung heroes. Many unsung those heroes which we even not able to know. For them, freedom was not getting one extra holiday, one extra weekend, a long extended weekend to celebrate those moments. For them, the meaning of freedom was something. Today, in the world of millennials, Gen Zs and Alphas, we are generally asking to our bosses, can I take leave for one day? Can I go early today? Although I am sure someone would have said this thing in 1947 and he got a happily replied, yes, you may go. For them, freedom was something much deeper. They sacrificed their comfort, they sacrificed their careers, they sacrificed their families, and many of them even sacrificed their lives. Because of them, we are here. For one united purpose, to get freedom, to become a independent India. They dreamed and we are living in that dream today. It deserves gratitude, responsibility, and most importantly, it deserves an action. Let me ask you another question before I introduce to a general evaluator of the day. Are we really free? I would encourage everyone to ponder this question into the mind, and before I end my this session, I'll address this question. I would invite Toastmaster Isha to introduce our tag team and role players also.
Very good morning everyone. I will be Isha and I will be playing the role of journal evaluator today. As a journal evaluator, I will be evaluating the entire meeting as a whole and will be pondering over two things: highlights and opportunities. Highlights which will make today's meeting stand out and opportunities which will make the next meeting stand out. And to make the GE evaluation effective, we have a dedicated team of role players with us today. The tag team players. Let us start by introducing the timer of the day, Toastmaster Rakesh, to introduce his roles and responsibilities.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rakesh. Before I start, I would like to ask a question. If you get one superpower and you have a chance to choose, so what it will be? Everyone.
Infinite time.
Sorry?
Get more time.
Finish time.
Well, thank you, but can't help you in this kind of. So today I'm your timer, and for each role mentioned here, we have different timings. Let me for speeches, we have 5 to 7 minutes. At 5, I'll show you green card. At 6, I'll show you yellow. At 7, I'll show you red card. For table topics, we have 1 to 2 minutes. At 1, I'll show you green. At 1.5, I'll show you yellow. And at 2, I'll show you red. And for evaluation, we have 3 to 4 minutes. At 3, I'll show you green. At 3.5, I'll show you yellow. And at 4, I'll show you red card. Also, remember that going over time isn't a failure. It means we are not practicing the skills that Toastmaster teaches us, like CRC, concise, respectful, and communication. And I'll share my report end of the session.
Thank you, Rakesh. We next have our founder for the day, Toastmaster Tanika.
Good morning everyone. Today I am playing the role of the art counselor, basically the all the fillers which we are going to use today. And honestly, everyone do in the real life. Whenever we start thinking, nervous, or our brain trying to find the exact right words, our mind starts saying loading, and our mouth starts saying So here I'm not going to judge you. I'm just going to listen to you carefully and note down all these filler words so that we can become a more confident speaker. Thank you.
We next have our graduate for the day, Toastmaster Romil.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Romel, and I'll be the grammarian today. My job is quite simple. I'll listen for good use of English during this meeting, and I'll also note down any interesting words, phrases, or common mistakes I hear, and at the end of the meeting, I'll share my observations with everyone. And before we begin, let me introduce today's word of the day, which is stupendous. The meaning of stupendous is amazing, excellent. So anytime you think of using the word excellent, just use stupendous. Simple examples. I had a stupendous day. You did a stupendous job. So it's an exact synonymous of exact meaning of excellent. And the idiom of the day today is as right as rain. It means feeling completely well or being perfectly fine. Example, I had a difficult morning, but a cup of coffee made me feel as right as rain. Or I was very stressed about my exam, but after I finished it, I felt as right as rain. Any use of the word of the day and idiom of the day, we're going to give a thumbs up to speak.
Thank you so much, Romil. We now have our active listener, Toastmaster Alicia.
Good morning, everyone. So I will be serving active listener today. So my role is listen carefully and also write down few questions. At the end, I will ask you question how you all actively listen. So please listen carefully. I will get back to you in a third segment. Thank you.
I will come back with my reports and insight towards the end of the meeting in the evaluation section. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Before we begin further, looking at the stupendous faces of this great audience, I just thought to ask one simple question. How many of you have a great idea but not able to express and thinking again and again, what will the people think about me? So this seems that many of us have a great idea, but we are not free. There is something which is limiting us. And believe me, I am not alone, you are not alone. Even after freedom, we are alone. We are in prison of our own walls. Walls, something which is in our mind. Our self-doubt becomes the God. So perhaps the next freedom movement is not that we need to get our country free. Is it not outside? This is inside within us. And that is why I love Toastmasters. This is the platform which provides a stage to many of us to come and express ourselves without the fear of judging, without the fear of self-doubt. I always believe that this room is not the budding Toastmasters, budding leadership people, but it is the laboratory of experiments. think about the first time when you come on the stage. Your legs must be shivering. And you must be thinking again and again what people will think about me. Will I able to express my idea? Will I able to express my speech before the people? Will they understand the way I wanted to convey? Your brain always say, stop, stop, stop. But this room and these people will always say, go, 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 and experiment yourself. And after each speech, what is more important that you are getting an evaluation. Evaluation of what? Evaluation of what you did and what you want to improve in your life. There are benchmarks, there are tag teams, there are people who will help you in each and every aspect of your life. We become free in 1947, but we fail to learn, we fail to admire, we fail to express our gratitude. Because we become so busy in our life, in the rat race of 9 to 5. We forget about ourselves. We forget about what our mind, conscious mind is telling us. We got a freedom to prepare our speeches and to express ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, believe me, this is your stage to express yourself. No script, no PowerPoint, no ChatGPT. Whatever experiment you want to do, you can do it here. For tomorrow morning, somebody will always say you, it's 11:32 a.m. Come to my cabin, prepare a slide deck, and send it to me by EOD today. But here, nobody will see you to prepare this kind of speech or to express yourself into that manner. For me, speaking is always like thinking on your feet and grow, improve each and every day. Before we move forward, I would like to invite those masters today to express him with lot of freedom, with a prepared speech, and I would like to introduce a short intro. Toastmasters today is a retail professional working for a European organization, taking care of business operations for China, India and Sri Lanka. He loves storytelling, is a veteran Toastmaster and can create out of anything. So he must be an impromptu speaker. And before I invite Toastmasters today, I would like to invite the evaluator Toastmaster Arya Dura.
Thank you, Ashish. So happy Independence to all. So how is the feeling? Good. As right as? Great. Spontaneous. What's the word?
Stupendous.
Great. So today I am playing the role of evaluator, and I will be playing the evaluating Toastmaster Sudhir. So Toastmaster Sudhir is on the pathway of dynamic leadership, and he has already completed level. He is into level 2, and he is going to start his first project of level 2. And the purpose of his project is for the members to observe his time management better. If you remember, there are many speeches in the past which are always there with me. Maybe for me, in Toastmasters, the Ranjit Raji speech is always there with me. But he has taken only
10 to 15 minutes, whatever time slots he was having. And in 1963, Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream, I think was one of the key speech which everybody would love to hear. And in 1964, Nelson Mandela, an ideal for which I am prepared to die. So there are many speeches which has there with us from that time. For him, the learning is to take that how time as a denominator and how well he delivers the message, right? So this is a challenge for you today, and let us see that how you handle this challenge. Toastmasters.
I would like to invite Toastmasters today. Which title is what is why he joined Toastmasters? Toastmasters today.
It was year 2011, midnight. I landed in Hangzhou airport, pitch dark. It was a lonely airport. And I was completely clueless how to go to my hotel. I was looking for a taxi. Language was a big problem. And I felt somebody tapping my back. And I turned back. I saw the taxi driver. And he asked me in Mandarin language, "Hey, ni hao, ni chu nali ma?" What? What kind of language is this? What is talking about? How do you react in that kind of situations? You are lonely, stranded in an alien country, first time, language is a big problem, nobody is talking English. I can see the silence out here. That was exactly my situations. I didn't understand anything. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Toastmasters and objects. Before I tell how I managed to stay in China for 8 years, let me share my story. When I finished my MBA, I was super confident that I would go to rock this corporate world. But they're saying that man proposes, God disposes. My first job was in a bank, and my MBA specialization was marketing, but I joined in a bank as a financial consultant. I didn't know anything about finance. I used to tell jokes only. Nobody knew. And all the customers used to believe me. I used to tell them, give me your money, I will make it double. But by the time they realized where the money gone, I was in another bank telling the same promise to the new customer. And that is the reason why I changed 3 banks within a span of 2 years. And then I realized this is not the reason why I did MBA. What I was taught in MBA and what I am doing in a bank, there's a difference. I didn't get satisfaction. I got regretted. I was completely clueless and helpless what to do. Then I called my father, who's the CEO of my family. I said, Papa, I think I made a mistake doing MBA. And he told me, have some patience, find a new job. And fortunately, I got a new job. But again, man proposes, God disposes. My posting was in China. I was excited because now I become NRI. What is the full form NRI? Exactly, smart. No more required Indian. So now it's English. So I was in China. The moment I landed in China, I realized one thing. It was completely different country, different world. The big problem is the language. And due to language problem, big problem, another problem is the food. The next day, when I went to the office, there are 23 girls who were supposed to report to me. They were talking only very complex and incomprehensible language, Mandarin language. I couldn't communicate with them. When I asked for the water, they gave me flower. When I asked for the flower, they gave me pen. When I asked for the pen, they gave me paper. I couldn't communicate. And next 2 months was really terrible for me. And then I felt, no, this place doesn't belong to me. I should go back to India. Then I called the CEO of my family. Now the CEO has been changed. She is replaced by my wife. So I called my wife. I think I made a mistake coming to China, and she told me, "Oh, do one thing. Find a girlfriend, learn Mandarin." She told me jokingly, but I took it very seriously. So I proposed all the beautiful girls in China. Would you like to become my girlfriend? Why? Why? No, I want to learn Mandarin. They said, no. Then after a lot of effort, I found somebody. You know what? Sorry, you know who? My maid. She's from Swami. Swami is a 60 years old lady, and she taught me Mandarin like a kindergarten student. So after 6 months, I started speaking the basic Mandarin language. And after 1 year, I was sitting in the restaurant and yelling at the waitress, "Endigo Tapio ma, can you give me a bill please?" That was the level of confidence that I got because of my hard work, and I did not give up. So ladies and gentlemen, my story is very simple and short. When you are in very complex, difficult situations, you have two situations to deal with. Either to turn back or you pursue the goal. So choice is yours. Now, when I came back to India, when my management asked me to give presentation to the 50 people, then I felt, oh my God, the voice is getting choked. I'm losing my words. I lost my confidence. Then and there, I felt I should join the Toastmasters. And that is the reason why I joined this GTMC and give you my speech today. Now, I end up speech with one question. Again Mandarin. Ni dongla ma, do you agree with me? What do you?
Toastmaster Sudeep taught us one important lesson. In the life, we'll not always get what we want. When he landed in a strange city with strange people, he was anxious how to communicate. And gradually his hard work has reached to him at a level where he will be able to manage his team, talk to the strangers in their native language. So many a times also, when we are in the leadership journey, we feel that we are perfect. Nobody will be able to beat us. How many of us get that sense of confidence in our leadership journey? You may raise your hand. There is always someone who is above you. There is always someone who will beat you. And believe me, that feeling of I am perfect is at times become dangerous. And that is where the role of our evaluators come. In all Toastmasters meeting, the evaluators are someone who will be a torchbearer for us in life. They are the one who will ask us to introspect what is the illusion, where we are feeling lack. And over a period, when we improve, we become better version next time. So these evaluations are not criticism. These are the gifts for us actually. And I believe every one of us can do better. So let's welcome our next speaker in line, Toastmaster Harsh. And before I invite Harsh, let me give a brief introduction about him. Toastmaster Harsh hails from Indore and currently works in EY as a strategy consultant. Today his speech title is Fear of Doing Stand-Up, a learning pathway, engaging humor. And before I invite Toastmaster Harsh, I would like to invite Toastmaster Hemant, who is the speech evaluator.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today I'll be evaluating Harsh Pathway's engaging humor, and he's level 2. It is his second speech. I'll be evaluating him on various parameters. The first one is speech impact, body language, speech clarity, and speech speed. Beyond that, he has specifically asked me to evaluate me on modulation and filler words. So all the best. Harsh.
Toastmaster Harsh, please welcome. I welcome you on the stage, please. Toastmaster Harsh.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, how many of you are still terrified of public speaking? Anyone? Keep your hands raised if you are still terrified after joining a club which is designed to fix this specific problem. Yeah, join club. Yeah. I have the same experience, you know. So what I try to do is I try to manage my fear by understanding it. So I divide it into 3 stages. Identify the fear, explore the fear, and then try to overcome the fear. So I started to take it up a notch, and instead of public speaking, I'm trying stand up. Big mistake. And I'm 36-year-old corporate employee. You know, at this stage, you are not supposed to be trying new things. You are supposed to guide others who are trying new things. Society only has 2 expectations from me. First is stability, and second is mild back pain. Now, I'm still working on stability, but I'm here coming to you guys and telling me I've written a joke. Now, that's a big achievement for me, right? So when I started my exploratory phase, I understood that one of the biggest fear that I see during the start was I am afraid of failing. You know, what if I fail? You know, in corporate, failure is a PowerPoint presentation. But in stand-up comedy, failure is silence. Now that silence is harder than my pleasure meetings. And you know, and at this stage, you know, everyone my age is either a founder, a fitness coach, or is selling online courses on how to breathe strategically. And I am sitting here telling you guys I've written a joke on my own failure, talking about, you know, how I feel, how I love failing, and how this is my core competence. But I now feel that, you know, failing can be a power for me too. So I again started exploring. Second, I thought my biggest fear is, what if I go viral? Now this is very dangerous. Understand? I say something stupid and then I go to office. My manager says brilliant visibility throughout the quarter. HR calls me and she tells me, Harsh, great performance, but not at office. How weird that would be, right? I can work on that. But then this was not deep enough for me. I was still trying to understand, you know, the fears that I have. Then the biggest fear I was able to identify is that, you know, I'm fat. I thought, you know, every performance artist, it is very important for them to make sure that they have stage presence. I don't have stage presence, I have storage. And it's moving from gigabyte to terabyte. Now, then I thought, what more can I do to actually enhance my stage presence? And I looked at myself and I said, I look like a newborn Gunda. You know, a kind of Gunda you can beat up just to make sure that your girlfriend or boyfriend is impressed by you. It would be like, babe, hold my bear. I'll just rub this guy out. And I'll be like, I have not even made eye contact. And that is another big problem about me. I am very, very, very shy. I mean corporate level shy. If
anyone comes to me and says hi to me, my brain cells goes into an emergency meeting. Should I say hi back to them? Should I smile? Is this a one high situation or a full on conversation? By the time this meeting ends, the person is already here. I have survived multiple near-death social situations just by saying nothing at all. Now, I understand one thing, that this is a me problem. No one can help me on this, right? But I tried to speak about it a bit more. Society did not have any answers. Society had an answer. Society told me to be a lone wolf. You know those brooding types, strong, silent, solitary, answerable to none, collared and all those things, right? I did a research around it because society was so pertinent about it. What I researched was, wolves are a very social animal. Right? They hunt in troops, they raise their young ones together. So a lone wolf is actually a confused teenager or a lost grandparent. Now we took this symbolism of a horny teenager and converted it into a symbolism for masculinity. And society did not stop there. They also told me, don't overshare, don't show your emotions. Yeah, if you're angry, then it's okay. Because anger is masculine sadness. You can do that. Then I thought, if I am part of this kind of society, no wonder why I'm doing stand-up, right? So I started writing. I started writing a lot. I started writing everything that came to mind. Then I thought I should start adding social commentary to it too. Every big comedian is doing that. Why shouldn't I be doing that? And then I again got confused. The reason for my confusion was, I was confused with my upbringing. So I'm brought up in a westernized Indian world, right? Now, at one place you have Iron Suit, Iron Man, Spider-Bite, Spider-Man, right? So easy enough, juice pivanu, carom pivanu, maja nahi lega. On the other side, you have a middle-aged guy, Gangadhar. You give him some cringe moves and he becomes fuck, red velvet Shaktiman. On this end, you actually see, emotions. I love you 3000, right? Even Thanos cried. And here, please switch off the fan. Pakha ban kar dena. What? Electricity is not there, bro. What are you talking about? Here, they are talking about climate change. They are talking about real issues. Even the cartoons were like, Captain Planet, everyone was trying to save the planet. And here, बिजली का बिल कौन भरेगा? अरे मैं दद्दा भरेगा, he's the lone wolf, right? So I was so confused. What the hell is going on? But sorry for this, right? Can anyone explain me why I started this? What was I talking about? Sorry.
Lone wolf.
Yes. I owe you coffee. Now this is exactly what I am talking about. One of my 4 fear, clinically proven ADHD. Now start with one topic and my brain creates 4 subcommittees within it. So I started with I am fat. Then I moved towards masculinity, sadness, and then we started making climate change with Ganga. Now I am not afraid that you are not going to laugh. I am afraid that you are going to laugh, but I will still be introducing you another story at that point of time. My therapist says this is a problem. And my subcommittee is still reviewing her feedbacks. But for you guys, you can call me still loading. Thank you.
Toastmaster Harsh, whose wonderful humorous speech has shed light on many aspects of his life. Want Gunda and the feeling of shyness before we say hi to our office colleagues. That's the even theme for today's meeting is freedom then and now. And now is something we have already got freedom in 1947. Freedom is something which is internal, which is inside our minds. We need to come out of that. And because we have Toastmaster Manish with us, a very seasoned and very noted lawyer, and he knows what does the Constitution says about the freedom. Freedom is not something which is described in our articles of Constitution. Freedom always comes with a sense of responsibility. The responsibility to honor our commitments, responsibility for our choices, the responsibility towards our own self. If I say I have the choice and I accept the responsibility of that choice, that is the something, the freedom which I owe to everyone. And our freedom fighters gave us this opportunity to make our choice. And what we are doing with that freedom? Are we using it to complain? Are we using it to create something new? Are we using it to criticize the other peoples? Are we using it to contribute and or to wait for the change? And what is the change we are talking of? Believe me, patriotism is not something waving a national flag on 15th of every year. That everyone can do easily. And nobody is watching. It is doing our work with sense of responsibility, honesty, and helping someone who is in need. Respecting the differences, taking responsibility of our own actions, and becoming better every day. Before I proceed further, I would like to invite Toastmaster Ishita. She is our third speaker of the day. And before I invite her, I would like to introduce about her. Toastmaster Ishita is a speaker, painter, writer, and Asia Pacific community leader, where she works to educate practitioners and build best practices that bridge the gap between technology investment and business value. She is also a passionate advocate for Toastmaster, which she credits as one of the biggest influences on her journey as a speaker, and on the confidence behind her keynotes. Before I invite Toastmaster Ishita, I would like to invite Toastmaster Manish.
Good morning, everyone. Ishita is delivering her Level 3 Project 1 speech from the Pathway Presentation Mastery. The project is called Persuasive Speaking. The purpose of the project is for Ishita to understand different kinds of persuasive speeches and to deliver a persuasive speech. Time of day note, the duration is 5 to 7 minutes. And all the best, Ishita. Over back to you, Ashish.
Alright, so my title of this speech is Have You Been Here? Good morning, everyone. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgot why you were there? Or you met a stranger and felt like, I know this person from somewhere, even though you have never met him in your lives. Or deja vu. That's something very common we feel every day. You know what? Scientists define deja vu as a phenomenon that happens when a new scene is so close to what you have experienced that it gives you a strong sense of familiarity. And when you try to recall it, you have no recollection of that original memory. What if all of this is happening to you because your reality current reality touches a different dimension altogether. Quantum mechanics has a theory for this. It is called many worlds interpretation, which proposes that one reality, it doesn't move in one line. It branches into countless worlds with countless possibilities. Let me take you back long, long ago. You remember First World War. Before that war happened, before it divided nations, there was a small village hidden in the mountains of Japan. Its name was Kibo. Word Kibo means hope in Japanese. When the rest of the world was fighting, grabbing each other by throat, this small village was hidden somewhere in the mountains, untouched. There was a Japanese legend in which the kitsune, which is the spirit fox, it can travel through different worlds, human to spirit. The villagers of Kibo had such strong faith in peace that kitsune actually created a separate reality where the war never happened. This particular village actually was on the map but was never ever found. Soldiers marched miles to find it but never found it. Monks in that particular region still believe in multiple realities and parallel universes. Now, let's try to bring back these scientific evidences and apply the beliefs that these legends have to the questions that we were discussing in the start. You walked into a room and you forgot. You did not forget. You were not in that room in that 1 second. You actually walked into a separate reality. Universe parallel to yours, where you did not have any objective to be in that room. You put your keys every time at one designated place, every day. But one fine day, it disappears. And after few days or weeks, you find it at a random place where you would never keep your keys. How? Because you did not keep it there. A version of you in their universe kept it there, and your realities actually merged for a fraction of seconds. The stranger that you met, you didn't know them, but the version of your version in another universe knew them, had a history with them. Your memory led into theirs for just a length of a glance. Deja vu, biggest of all. There is a version in a universe which is a few seconds ahead of our own universe. So when deja vu happens, some of the information from that 3 seconds ahead universe leaks backwards into yours. And that's where, if you think that deja vu is predicting future, think again. It's remembering it. Caltech scientists actually have proven that deja vu is earlier sign of these universes leaking and converging together, coming closer and closer. Let me pause for a minute. How many of you have this urge right now to go on ChatGPT or Google to search this? Anyone? Right, thank you. So let me tell you before you do that, this all is not real. Parallel universe or multiple timelines theory is only marble. It's all made up. But for a fraction of seconds, whatever I've spoken for past few minutes, you kind of believed it, didn't you? Yeah? That's the power of persuasion. And created a theory, added some big researches to it, added some story which connects your day-to-day experiences to it. And when that happens, you get a big belief. You create that emotion in your audience. I use that for creating a theory on parallel universe. Some people use it to sell you a product or a service or a conspiracy or create cults. Persuasion is one of the biggest communication superpower. Use it well, you will give nation a dream, or ruin one by starting unnecessary wars. So please choose wisely. Thank you.
While Toastmaster Ishita was giving her speech and took us through the research concept, I was just thinking, if tomorrow morning we are talking about freedom today, if tomorrow morning you woke up in the morning and you just realize that you are free, not the country's freedom, you got freedom from your freedom. Whatever you do, you will not get paid. So I would request everyone, just pick up your notepad and write down something, what all things you would like to do, and you know that you will not get paid. So what all things you will do, just pick up your pen, paper and note out those things. Would you start something? Would you stop something? Would you start taking any new risk in your life which you are postponing from many days? Because that fear, the feeling of failure is stopping you to take risk in your life. And maybe if you start doing something that opens up a new chapter in your life. Anyone would like to share what all things he or she wants to start from tomorrow? Toastmaster Ivan.
I stopped driving because it's a risk-free environment, so I can be as rash as I can and still feel well. And the next one is to move to a different city. Obviously, when everything is mostly, I would like that opportunity to move to a different city.
Great Toastmaster Hima. She is stupendous and she is actually implementing the things of as right as rain from tomorrow. Toastmaster Harsh, would you like to try?
I would want to start sleeping more and travel more. So travel to different places and sleep there.
RK sir, you want to try?
I'm working on my weight now. I will be working on this.
Okay. Toastmaster Neeraj.
I'll probably try to ask a girl out and try to see if I can date again.
Wonderful. So many of us like to travel a lot. If we got a chance, then traveling is something which something from the around us which is stopping us to do. And everyone likes traveling. And before I throw some more light on traveling, I would like to invite Toastmaster Nitin to share his experience, and I would like to introduce him. A short intro. Toastmaster Nitin is a mechanical engineer, a sport person, and enthusiast traveler. He likes spending time with nature when not at work. His evaluator for today's speech is Toastmaster, none other than Toastmaster Hima. Toastmaster Hima.
morning, everyone. So today I'm playing the role of evaluating TM Nitin. So this role I've taken as part of my evaluation and feedback project, where I'll be giving the evaluation to one of the fellow Toastmasters. So about Nitin, he's doing his visionary communication pathway, and he's on his level 1 project 5. He has asked me to give a general feedback about his content, delivery and language. I wish you success, Nitin, and I'll give my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Toastmaster Nitin, please come on the stage. Welcome, Toastmaster.
Happy Independence Day to all. And I thought the theme for today is going to be around Independence Day, so I prepared something similar to that. How many of you believe that a teenage boy can change the destiny of a nation? Seems, very few hands. I'm on. Bhagat Singh, we all know about him, right? His courageous acts and one of the greatest freedom fighters we have ever witnessed. Whenever we talked about him, we heard stories about him, all of us get excited and inspired, right? Because of what he has done for our country. But do we know what was his inspiration? Who was his idol? And what drove him from an ordinary child to become a Bhagat Singh, which he became later? Do we know? So it was a young guy from Punjab called Kartar Singh Saraba. I know he's not very popular freedom fighter, but we're gonna go through a little story around him, and then you might come to know more details around him. Before that, let's go back to a time era around 1905 or 1910, when India was reeling under the British Empire who were ruling us, our country at that point of time. The people were leading a very miserable life at that point of time. It was a very uncertain life. They don't know what is going to happen to them next day, whether they will be alive or not, what kind of life they and their families will have. So many of them at that point of time has believed that the Britishers cannot be moved out of India, and they have made a peace with it. During these dark times, a young guy of age 12 to 13 years, Kartar Singh Saraba, he woke up and he ignited the spark in those dark days. He spoke that yes, if we come together and fight as a team, we can be able to push the Britishers out of our country, and we can dream for a free India. He was 12 to 13 years of age, a revolutionary mindset guy, very intelligent, and belonged to a well-to-do family in Ludhiana. He was openly, rejecting the British's policies and revolting, in all the forms that he was available of. Because of this nature, his family was worried about his future, and they sent him to US for studies. Over there as well, he didn't focus entirely on the studies. He joined a group called Gadar National Party, which were working for the freedom of India remotely. He came back to India at the age of 19 years, and immediately on his arrival, he was arrested and put into Lahore Central Jail, where he was executed and hanged to death within the 3 months of his return to India. But before he died, he made a famous slogan that they are going to kill me, but they cannot kill my ideas, beliefs, and thought process. Right? So this story traveled from one person to another person, and millions of hearts got touched, and eventually it reached to Shaheed Bhagat Singh as well. So Bhagat Singh was only 8 years old when he heard this story, and he immediately got inspired from the life of Kartar Singh Saraba. He was so inspired that he started writing poems and reciting his poems in school, colleges and other assemblies wherever he get opportunity. Bhagat Singh used to carry his picture in his pocket, and that was a daily motivation for him to do something for the country every day. Even during his last days in the jail, it is an official statement of the jailer that Bhagat Singh opened the book on the day of his hanging. He took the picture of Kartar Singh Sarafa out and he spoke to that picture that they are going to kill me as well, but they will not be killed to our thoughts and philosophies which we have laid forward, and it is going to live forever. Now this is a very small story, but it has got many lessons involved in it, right? The first one is that the mass movements does not start with a million person. In fact, it starts with the one person, and then millions get attached to it. The young leaders like Kartar Singh Sarafa and Bhagat Singh has proven that the leadership is not about the age, it is about conviction. Right? One brave person can influence millions of hearts to become brave and behave accordingly. And finally, a great leader is that which create more great leaders during the process. In conclusion, I would like to say that Kartar Singh Sarafa was the person who ignited that spark, and then Bhagat Singh turned it into a flame, and then we all know what has happened, right? So it is our responsibility to keep that light shining by leading the life they have put forward to us. I'm not saying that we should sacrifice our lives, but we can lead our life based on the principle they have advised. We can live a courageous life, means raising our hands and voice if injustice is happening. We can live a life full of integrity and respect and offer our services to the nation when called upon. Finally, as we have celebrated our Independence Day yesterday, so on these special occasions, along with our freedom fighters, heroes and famous leaders, we should also celebrate the young freedom fighters like Kartar Singh Sarafa, who has taken those dreams in those dark times when the people were afraid to even take dreams of free India. Thank you.
What a powerful inspirational speech by Toastmaster Vijay. His speech reflects us to back how our freedom fighters fought for us. And he is again reiterating the point. Leadership is not about age, it is about conviction. We all can become Kartar Singh Sarafa in our own capacity at whatever age we have. In this room we have many young friends and we have many veteran fellows who all can teach us something in our life. We have already came across to our prepared speech section, and now it's time for our unprepared freedom. Before I would like to introduce our table topic session, I believe that this is that section in the Toastmasters meeting which ignite the life within us. It somewhere or other help us to discover the speaker who is inside us, who is hidden. Table topics, we receive a topic spontaneously and we need to speak impromptu 1 minute. We didn't prepare. We just need to prepare our mind to came out from that shackles and to speak with a freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, no ChatGPT will work over here. While the ChatGPT or any AI tool may know everything, but this stage is something where it cannot appear. I would like to invite our team and topic master, Toastmaster. Hi, please come.
You're new, right? You're guest, right?
Okay, so I have a little game here. We have touch class. So I'll give you a situation, a short situation scenario kind of thing, and with that situation, I'll introduce a word, and you have to speak on that situation for 1 to 2 minutes, and use that word effectively while speaking. Okay. So can I invite a guest here? Just invite a member here to speak first.
podium उधर कर सकते हैं। सबसे बड़ी strongly उठाया था। उस पे glare पड़ रहा था।
Still glare. Your face and then
Go that side.
Okay, no problem.
No, you should move.
Yeah, this side.
Yeah.
So you wake up tomorrow and discover that nobody can tell you no for the entire day. What's the first thing you ask for? And the word that you have to use is aid, which means doing something really well or nailing it.
I will wake up tomorrow.
Is it 8 or Ace?
Aid.
It's a
Eight means It means what?
Aid. You nailed it. You nailed something.
You ate it up like that. Something like that.
You go girl.
Now wait. खा गया.
आपका ऊपर आपने पढ़ाई कर
Can say me no. No one. My wife also.
वो देखो क्या मतलब इसकी हंसी है. ये तो आपका
Okay. So, I am being a 6 Sigma black belt. I usually believe in facts, figures. I do not want any story to be shared with me whenever it comes to my company. So, whenever anybody comes to me from tomorrow, should come with the data, facts and figures, with the processes, well-defined way. And if we'll start making those kind of processes, we can achieve the operation excellence and we can also make our country as a manufacturing hub. This is all the stories which we make because of our veteran maybe interest. We should be focusing on the country's goal to become a manufacturing hub. So this is what I want, that nobody should come to me telling me any story. All must be focusing on the goal. This is what. It's okay.
Okay, next. Would like to come up? Yes. You have unlimited money,
30 seconds in
but you
Excel
are
लेते हैं.
only allowed to spend it on things that make absolutely no sense. What are you buying? And the word that you have to use is delulu, which means being delusional or unrealistic
fact that I can have unlimited money is itself a delulu. Because unlimited money comes to you in limited quantum. And by the time I can count that limited quantum, it already gets over. But yet, if by some miracle, I get an enormous amount of money and I'm allowed to spend it on everything that I can, I would like to spend it on very, very sensible things. My first trend would be basically to find all the people I don't like. Back in the day, my mother told me, if you don't like somebody, walk a mile in their shoes. I take this one step forward. If you don't like somebody, walk a mile in their shoes, then run away with them. Let the bugger suffer. So I would spend my money tracking everybody that I don't like, finding them, stealing their shoes and running away with them. Maybe I can start a business of second-hand shoes and make even more money. But money itself, when it is spent on sensible things, I think that's the most senseless thing. There are so many beautiful things that you can spend money on. Hire money, hire people to actually blow up tires on jets that are sitting on the tarmac just to watch people getting late. Now that's a very, very productive use. Especially on the days when there are inspectors coming to inspect my factory the next morning. Money, my friends, has a useless. Anybody who thinks money should be spent wisely is basically in the delulu. So yes, my friends, I would use money and spend it on all the important things in life. Stealing people's shoes, flattening tires of aircraft of inspectors who are coming to visit me the next day. And yes, of course, trying to bribe the timekeeper to give me more time when I speak my favorite topics.
So sharp. Initial 30 seconds. शुरू से ही लोग कर देते हैं.
So you can go back to any age and relive that year, but you have to forget everything that happened afterwards. Will you do it? If yes, what age? And the word that you use is vibe, which means the feeling, mood, or energy of a place or something.
That is my time starts now. If I get the opportunity to go back in time and relive any year, I think for me, I would not do that because everything happened. I believe it was because of some reason. Today, who I am is because of that thing, those things that happened to me, and I got saved with those things. So I don't think I will go back in the time and change anything or forget anything. But I would like to just take the lessons in different perspective and probably switch my vibe so that if any negative energy associated with that experience, I will remove that and relive that in a different way. So I think this is what I will do.
Would like to come up next. So, you can remove one responsibility from your life forever. What are you getting rid of? The word that you have to use is crash out, which means to lose your cool or react very emotionally.
If I had to remove one responsibility from my life forever, I think it would be to lose start looking at me like I'm on the spotlight. I would also love to remove that responsibility of staying and keeping my cool all the time, because at times I want to be childish and do whatever I feel like eating and not thinking about gaining weight, and being able to sing like nobody is looking at me. So I think that is what I try to do from my life.
So, what's something you are technically free to do but would never actually do? And the word that you have to use is take, which means a sudden feeling of dislike or turn off towards somebody or something.
Free to do, but I've never actually do it. Actually, I'm free to come on a stage, okay? And this I was denying for the last 6 months. I was not coming on stage for the extempo for the last 6 months. But today, when Ashish said we have to come out of our pigeon, we don't want to be a pigeon in the cage. Something hit here, okay? And I thought, technically, I'm free to be here. I can be here. Every time when there is an extempo, I can come here, I can deliver my speech. But I was not doing it. But somehow, I took the courage and came here. So, this was an, what's the word as well? So I would say there was a kind of ick in me. I was disliking to be here because people are seeing me. Probably I feel much pressured here to be here, but finally I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, do we have any other you can have one completely consequence-free day in your life. What are you doing that day? And the word that you have to use is YOLO. You only live once.
I think it's more like a destiny that's telling me now. For a very long time, I've been this person who always thinks about the future, and I feel very bad when I tell now that I never bunked my class when I was in my college. So, if given a chance like this, I would, do all mischievous things which I really miss at this point, and become more a brat and live a life once where I don't worry about the future, and I never ever think there is something called future, and do all sorts of things. And I would definitely do bungee jumping that day. It's always been my dream, but due to certain situations and my things, I'm not doing it. So I'll definitely do that. Yes, that's something. It's like destiny telling me to be like a YOLO person now. Wonderful topic. Thank you.
Okay. So,
No. Time is done. Time is up.
thanks. That's fine. We have to open the time. Okay. Thank you.
Wonderful topics.
Thank you, Ravindra, for keeping the topics in line with the theme for today's meeting. Wonderful words. Before I move on, pass it on back to Pastor Vishwaji for further proceedings of this meeting, or general evaluator, sorry. I raised a pertinent question before we started this session, and I would not repeat that question. Maybe our active listener will get this question from all of us. But another important question before I hand it over to general evaluator: what will you do with that freedom? Because freedom is something which we just not celebrate. It is for our use. It is for us to speak, to learn, to listen, and most importantly, to grow in our life. The important tribute which we can give to our freedom fighters is to use that freedom responsibly. And with that, I wish all of you a very happy Independence Day. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
I would like to invite General Evaluator of the Day, Toastmaster India.
Well, somebody has rightly said that feedback is the breakfast of champions, right? So we will start our evaluation section by taking the speech evaluations first, starting with the speaker number 1, Toastmaster Sudhir, the evaluator, Toastmaster R.K. Arora, to give the insights.
So, Toastmasters Sudhir. Why I joined Toastmasters? So I will be evaluating your whole speech into 3 sections because you have utilized your time very well. This is what I can say. And introduction itself, we have used the basics of storytelling, that you are there at some place, the taxi driver, in the evening at 8 p.m. So you bought that, place, role players and time by your story, which have helped all the audience to be there with you in this story which you take it forward. Initial 30 seconds are very, very critical to take your audience with you, and you have done extremely well when you were having a taxi driver there at 8 p.m. at one place outside the airport in China, and you were clueless that how to speak. There was a struggle also in this story of yours that you don't know the language, Chinese specifically, and how to come out that struggle. You have shared your struggle, and you also, next struggle you brought in the picture was that you were supposed to give a presentation in front of 50 people, and there was some problem of handling fear. So, in your speech, you also brought a lot of humorous contents, which also kept our audience, all the audience engaged. If I remember some of the examples, like what was taught in MBA, I was not doing that. And in first bank, second bank, third bank. So you brought a lot of humorous things in your speech, like CEO, I called my CEO, my father. Then I called my CEO, my wife. And then there was 15 girls reporting to me. But when I asked for the pen, she bought flour. So these kind of humorous speeches kept the audience engaged with you throughout the speech. But if I look at overall message which I got from your speech was that do not turn back. You have two options, either to turn back or pursue your goal. And you brought that into your story very well through your two stories of handling, learning Chinese, and then coming on the stage to handle the fear of public speaking. For recommendations, I just want to share some of the recommendations, like the introduction of your speech title was there in the initial stage and at the end of the stage. If we are able to bring our title, whatever title you give to your speech in between also, so it helps engaging the audience. And some of the stage utilization, maybe you were there only at one place, so you could have been using that different locations on the stage to bring your story in different zone of your story. And then voice modulation can be further improved in your story. And we understand that why you joined the Toastmasters, and the way you have bought that you might be facing different struggles in your life. So you have two options, either to turn back or pursue for the goal, and we all are there to achieve our goals. That way we are here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will now move ahead with the next speech evaluation of Toastmaster Harsh by the speech evaluator Toastmaster Neil.
Hello everyone, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Harsh, I'll be evaluating Harsh's speech. The title of the speech was Fear of Doing Stand-Up. First of all, I would like to say what a stupendous speech, humorous and engaging speech. I'm hearing Harsh after probably 4 to 5 months. I want to see you more often on the stage. I think you have perfectly brought the inner fear in you on the stage and also the office drama. So, like this time, when I heard you 4 or 5 months back, it was a bomb. This time again, it was a bomb. So, rightly done. Coming on to the strength. So, start was very brilliant. You started with some of the questions. How many of you are feeling terrified of public speaking? The second thing was when HR saying brilliant visibility throughout the quarter. I saw everything, everyone was engaged. On the speech structure, I would say good job on that. It could have been better. I'd say good usage of humor, like as your pathway is engaging humor. Some of the phrases that you used was my storage going from gigabyte to terabyte, brain goes into emergency meeting, near death, social death, suicide. All of these things were very engaging, humorous. Okay, when you are placing humor, you could be a bit slower. You were very fast in that, so it could have been slower. On the gaze part, I saw your gaze was very uniform. I can see you from this spectrum to this spectrum. You are covering it correctly. On the part of modulation, it was kind of uniform. This could have been better at multiple places. Modulation was good, but overall it was uniform. Few of the recommendation I would like to say on repetitive words, you use I, then, right multiple times, so you can reduce in your next speeches. There were strategic pauses, but overall it was fast, so you can correct that as well. A lot of use of filler words are used, so that can also be taken care of. And at last, I would like to say your speech was as right as rain, and I would like to say all the best for your next speeches. Thank you.
With the next, do we have Toastmaster? Okay. So let me please welcome Toastmaster Manish to evaluate Toastmaster Kishita's speech.
Have you ever walked up to the stage and completely forgotten why you were here? It may not be nervousness. You might have just walked into a parallel universe. I loved the concept and structure of Ishta's speech. What she did was, she did not first give us a formula for persuasion and then explain it. She persuaded us into believing something and then explained how she had done it. That was extremely powerful because the audience had already experienced that phenomenon. The second thing I liked was that she used ordinary experiences to make us believe something absolutely extraordinary. So whether it was walking into a room and forgetting why you were there, losing your keys, recognizing a stranger's face, deja vu, because These are very ordinary experiences. The audience really followed her into that concept. Next, she used excellent supporting material, whether it was the many worlds theory of quantum mechanics, or the Japanese village kibo, or Kitsune the spirit fox. Now, each of those specific additional details make us believe the concept even more. Now, in a parallel universe, this speech could have been even better with a few changes. First, I felt that the conclusion was not as powerful as the setup and the reveal. I felt that instead of the broader advice, which is to use persuasion, not for manipulation but for something good, and to use it wisely, Ishita could have left us with one concrete action or one concrete question. So for example, she could have said that the next time something sounds very convincing, don't ask yourself, does this sound true? Ask yourself, how do I know whether this is true? So something more specific would have made it even more powerful. Second, on the speech delivery, her hands were mostly here, near her waist. They were either like this or here, and most of the gestures weren't like this. Now, naturally, when we are standing, our hands are on the sides. Right? So when you bring them up from here, they make your gestures look grander. And it especially helps if it's a large audience. It will not make much of a difference in this room, but if you have a huge hall, and I understand that Ishita gives keynote speeches before very big audiences, that would help. Finally, I felt that the moment where Ishita said that this was not true, that reveal was good, but it could have landed more powerful. So a longer pause there might have helped the audience absorb the fact that she was trying to hoodwink them all throughout, and she had used techniques of persuasion for that. In summary, the speech had an excellent structure. She used ordinary experiences. There was excellent support material. If Ishita could have had a stronger conclusion, a more concrete conclusion, and in delivery she could have kept her hands to the sides and then brought them up and made the reveal more powerful by pausing, it could have been an even better speech. So over to you.
Thank you. We will now go ahead with the next speaker's evaluator, Toastmaster Nitin's evaluator, Toastmaster Neil.
So, very well done and stupendous work, Nitin. So when I watched Nitin's speech and when I related to then and now freedom, I was, this is the thought that struck my mind, saying earlier we fought for the freedom and we only had powerful figures like Gandhiji, Nehruji and all those people who had more visibility. Just like how right now when a company does well, we put the CEO on the front pages than the employee who actually is the backbone of the company. So just like that, Nitin brought the wonderful story of a person who was the mentor or who was the inspiration for Bhagat Singh. That's Kartan Singh Saraf. So it was a very fabulous story, something very really unknown, and the content was 100% spot on. So the very first meeting that I was here with Toastmasters was Nitin's speech. He has done a fabulous job, very nice transition, and it shows that you are clearly working on what you want to achieve. And the content is 100%. There are a few things which you could work on to improve when it comes to delivery. There were many emotions, freedom fight, and people who have worked hard so that we can stand here and talk like this. So it is a very emotional one. You had a good voice and command over the stage. Maybe if you add more emotions to what you talk, it would have been much more, powerful of what you wanted to convey. And variations in voice would have worked. Like for example, Bhagat Singh held the photo of the person, when he was going to be hanged. Literally, a person is going to die and he's crediting someone else. That's very emotional. So try and give some emotional variations there that made even more powerful. And yes, I like the fact that you were giving some interpretations of how the youth's mind work and how they deliver great things to the world. You could have related it to the current situation. So if you know, it's more like a circle that you're trying to fill. So that would have been well. But that being said, you have really worked on your voice and the pace. You know, you were very even in your delivery, so you can try and add more emotions, and that will serve the purpose of your visionary leadership pathway. Yeah, that's it from me. Thank you so much for my.
Thank you. We will now move ahead with the tag team, and for that, I would like to invite the first auxiliary role player. Let's start with the grammarian, Toastmaster Romil.
Great job, everyone. We've had some stupendous speeches today. So first, noted a few good words used. TM Ashish used unsung ponder. TM Harsh used exploratory, pertinent. TM Ishita familiarity. And TM Sudhir used incomprehensive. We've seen a few phrases as well, like TM Ashish speaking on your feet. Take it up a notch from TM Harsh. And then there was one from TM Nitin, ignite the spark. That was a great phrase as well. So a few common errors noticed when it comes to grammar. There was asking to our bosses, what the right term would be, asking our bosses. Somebody will always say you, somebody will always tell you. That would be the right use. There was one telling the same promise. It's always making the same promise. That would be the right usage. So that's about it. Over to you.
We now go ahead with the R counter report. I would like to invite Toastmaster Tanika on.
So the one who has not used any filler words, we'll call them as the perfect articulator. I will be starting my report with that. There are two persons. One is the Sudhi and Ashish. Let's give them a round of Now coming on the star leader of the filler word, which is for the today's meeting, is I will be counting or telling the count till 5. After that, it will be like you have used many times. Start with Harsh. You have used 5 times. You know multiple, more than 1. Ishita has used just once. Coming to Nitin, you have used 3. You know 3. Then evaluators. Arkesar, you have used many times. Hemant, you have used many times. So 4 and light 1. Manish, you have used many times. Hema, you have used many times, and so once. Coming to GE, no filler word. Rakesh has not spoken yet. Grammarian also have used many times, and teacher Aditya twice. So this is for the report for the today. And there are certain techniques which I always repeat whenever I'm taking the R counter role. And why I repeat those techniques, I feel so. Whenever we start listening the same thing again and again, some consciously our mind imprints that. So the two techniques which I would like to repeat is that you record and repeat. What does it mean? That you start recording yourself for the 60 seconds on any random topics, like we usually do TM here, and listen yourself and see how many filler words you are using in just that 60 seconds by recording yourself alone. And the second is that pause for the time, because whenever we are very much nervous, our mouth starts blabbering or it like start finishing the sentence even when your brain is not processing the sentence. So give yourself a break or a pause and let your mouth shut and think what you are gonna say. So that is the two techniques I would say we should use in our day-to-day life, whether it is on the speaker or whether we are talking to a random person. Thank you.
We will now hear it from the timer, Toastmaster Anish.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let me present my report today. So, almost 90% participants complete everything on time. So, round of applause for them. Three, like me, name who completed on time. Sudhi took 6 minutes, 0 seconds. Harsh took 7 minutes, 46 seconds. Ishita took 7 minutes, exactly on time. Nitin took 6 minutes, 40 seconds. R.K. Arora for the speaker took 2 minutes. Leaders took 2 minutes, 10 seconds. That's over time. And Ganesh took 56 seconds. We have Manisha took 52 seconds. Now we Hemant took 1 minute only. And Hema took 1 minute. For evaluator, we have R.K. Arora for 4 minutes. That's over time. Hemant took 42 minutes, 41 seconds. Manish took 3 minutes and 24 seconds, that's also more right. And Hema took 2 minutes, 40 seconds. So with that, that's my report. So who go over times, that's maybe next session we'll expect from you, learn, practice and be on time.
We will now move ahead with the active listener of today, Toastmaster Alisha. Round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I am ready with my questions. So I was listening carefully, and now it's time to check how you all listen. So my first question to all of you. My first question from Tia Modi. What are the names of the 3 freedom fighter heroes mentioned by Tia?
Gandhiji,
One answer. Who raised hand first? Manish.
Gandhiji, Bhimrao Ambedkar, and Bhagat Singh.
You asked for
Three. Initially he asked. He mentioned 3.
Later on. It was us later on.
Gandhiji,
One left.
Bhagat Singh,
No.
Bhimrao Ambedkar. This is his 3. One is Gandhiji.
Iron Man trailer.
At the beginning.
At the beginning line.
Subhash Chandra Bose.
Later on. It came later on.
Nehru. Beginning.
No.
No. नहीं Iron Man trailer. नहीं
Patel.
Yes.
Yes.
सरदार वल्लभ भाई।
आधे आधे कर दो.
And one for Manish also.
एक आंसर के लिए चॉकलेट, 3
For Manish also.
उनको रैपर भी दे दो. आधा ही मिलेगा.
And next question.
आधा ही
Filling the
मिलेगा.
blank. Freedom are still under dash.
क्या?
Freedom are still under dash.
Progress.
आशीष. आशीष बताएगा.
Freedom are still under dash. Freedom what?
Question.
Freedom are. Freedom.
Close to the answer.
Freedom are.
वो तो डैश बोले.
Still under dash.
Like
Yes.
negotiation.
Freedom are.
उनको नहीं मिलेगी.
We are still on the negotiation.
एक खुद ले ले भाई. खुद 2 ले लो. नहीं एक भी नहीं मिलेगी.
And he asked initially one question to everyone. What does freedom means? Anyone wants to answer?
He asked the question and I answered.
Anyone wants to answer?
No, which we are supposed to answer or what? What is the question?
No.
He told me you will ask.
Like, people have
What
answered.
should the answers that audience gave?
Yes.
Discipline, I gave.
Discipline he gives.
But does freedom means answer this question?
Oh, she wants you to answer. What is freedom?
He asked one question.
An opportunity to do
So
things
what
our
are
way.
the answers?
Yes.
Audience gave
मैंने दे दिया आंसर चॉकलेट.
Oh, is it Monday morning?
Opportunity to do or express yourself freely.
Ashish chocolate.
Chocolate.
Freedom to do and express freely.
इधर इधर.
इधर तो यार एक मैंने इधर लंबी 2 लाइनें बोली है.
Next question. The last one. From Sudhir's speech, initially at the beginning of the speech, he asked which year did Speaker Sudhir mention at the beginning of the year? He mentioned 1 year from the start.
2011?
Yes.
Yes. Data facts.
And
दो चॉकलेट.
from Sudhir's speech, what was the first job designation and also number of the banks?
3 financial advisor.
Financial consultant.
15 girls.
And from her speech, what are the 3 stages of fear?
Identify the fear.
Understand the fear.
Understand, evaluate, and act.
Explore.
Explore and decide.
देखो evaluator.
He was evaluator.
जल्दी खा लो.
Once you know it.
Complete this sentence. I look like X.
अरे यार.
Who said that?
New
And next question, what was the Ishita speech like?
Have you been there?
जल्दी दे भाई.
डांटो. वो मुझे डांटो मत.
And next question from Nitin's speech, which district of Punjab did Qatar in?
Ludhiana.
And the next question, last question, feeling the best. Dash is the one of the best combination.
क्वेश्चन तो ढंग से बोल दो. सिर्फ पड़ोसियों में सुना रहे हो. Question didn't reach to us.
नहीं सही था. अंगूर खट्टे.
नहीं
अंगूर खट्टे.
नहीं पहुंचा यार.
चॉकलेट पहले कौन दिया? चॉकलेट खट्टी हो
I also have one question. Dash is the breakfast of champions.
Feedback.
Exactly, and that is what makes me start here. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be presenting my GE report and
मेरे को नहीं मिली. Sorry.
Just take.
No problem, take your time. Thus,
जल्दी देना.
okay, let us start with the Sergeant at Arms. The mission, well said at starting, laying out the rules very well for all the audience and the guests who came. And the environment was very well set by you. Great job. One recommendation would be to take the role of SAR more often to show more preparedness to all of us. And then came up the presiding officer, quite enthusiastic and smiling to set a friendly environment for everyone. You made the guests very comfortable, which is one thing that I love about presiding. Great move by introducing what Toastmasters is and telling us about why it started and what is the purpose of it. After that, let us move. Okay, so the meeting started at 10:27, which was intended to start at 10:15. The meeting was quite a learning experience for all of us. I believe all the role players were stupendous in their jobs. Speeches were quite informative, and I can proudly say that they were well prepared and they were well delivered. Coming to the team order of the day, great attire. First of all, you were smiling all throughout. You were involving the audience. We did not feel left out. And the theme was great and it was well researched. You kept asking questions and you made us feel very involved in your theme. A few recommendations for you would be that the narratives which you got were very strong. Just that if you were able to deliver them very strongly, that would have been more stupendous again. And one more recommendation would be to work on your pauses a bit. And the strongest recommendation for you is that please do not miss out the speech titles of the speakers, because now I do not remember what was Nitin and Ishita's speech title. So that is one recommendation for you. Coming to the tag team, the timer report was quite crisp and you were evaluating everybody, so good job done. Coming to the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Romel. Great introduction, you explained your role very well. Great move by mentioning whatever the word and idiom of the day is on board so that everybody can see and use it. And your observations of vocabulary word was very nice, very crisp, and it was detailed. Just one recommendation would be whenever you see any unusual words or hear any unusual words, come up with the meaning of it so that we can tell people what does it mean so that they can also use it. Otherwise, great job done. Coming to the R counter of the day, Toastmaster Tanika. Great introduction and it was a quite fun one, I must say that. Your report representation was amazing. Your report actually helped people, and love the idea that you came up with some technique of it. It shows that, sometimes when we come in Toastmasters, what is the idea of coming here? We are not coming to improve, we are coming to elevate, and that is the vibe I got from your report. Good job done, amazing. Listener of the day, active listener of the day, Toastmaster Alicia. Great introduction. I love the idea of the speech. It actually keeps motivating people and sometimes disturbing also, but okay. And questions were very engaging. Just one recommendation would be to be a little louder so that people from the back end hear you, and just tell them to give you a raise of hand so that we don't create a chaos. Speakers of the day, Toastmaster Sudhir, Toastmaster Harsh, Toastmaster Ishita and Toastmaster Nitin. Amazingly crafted speeches. I would recommend all of you to please follow the evaluations which is given to you by your evaluators. Coming to the evaluators of the day, Toastmaster R.K. Arora, Toastmaster Hemant, Toastmaster Manish and Toastmaster Hema. One recommendation for amazing job done, first of all. One recommendation for all the evaluators in general is that please follow the CRC approach, comment, recommend and comment policy. In Toastmasters, we strictly follow that, so I will urge you to do that. Otherwise, great job done by noticing the micros and the macros of all the speakers. Special mention to Toastmaster R.K. Arora. He very well introduced the purpose statement very creatively by combining it with the theme of the speaker. So kudos to you on that. Table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Anandita. Amazing idea. It was quite innovative. It was quite Gen Z coded also, I must say that. Just one recommendation would be whenever you come into the meeting and you know that you have logistics involved, try to figure it out earlier so that we are able to save it. Table topic speakers, amazingly done your job. It actually feels good to see people come out on the stage and take their fear away. One recommendation to the table topic master would be to try to make questions simpler when the guests are involved. Yeah? Okay, otherwise amazing job done. And lastly, so one recommendation would be just to work as per the agenda, as we got a few minutes late today. And if you have logistics involved, please come prior. Otherwise, great meeting. I think we all have a learning experience and it was a stupendous meeting again. And I am open to feedback after the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Isha. Are the voting forms out?
Yes.
Can I see one of the voting forms? So friends, please vote for your best choices. The voting forms are out. So I'll do if the guests don't have the voting form, they can get it from. So I hope a person can vote multiple times to a single form. If that is If that is not enabled, let us enable that. So guests can take it from their neighbors, the link, if they don't have the voting link. So I'll do a quick roll call. For best speakers, we have Toastmaster Sudhir at the back. Then Toastmaster Harsh. Toastmaster Ishita has left. Toastmaster Nitin. For best evaluation, we have Toastmaster R.K. Arora. Hemant. Toastmaster Manish. Toastmaster Hema. Best auxiliary role players, we have our counter Toastmaster Tanika. Timer Rakesh. Grammarian Romel. Active listener, Toastmaster Alicia. Best table topic speakers, we have Toastmaster R.K. Arora at the back, Toastmaster Neeraj, Ganesh at the back, guest Manisha, Toastmaster Hemant, Toastmaster Hema. Best role players, we have Timor, Toastmaster Ashish, Toastmaster Isha for General Evaluator, and Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Anand. So I see new guest faces. Maybe you can give us overall feedback of today's session and just tell us what you do and what brings you here.
From here?
Huh?
From here only?
From there only.
Yeah, sure. So, hello everyone. My name is Sachin Shrivastava. For past 20 years I am in Gurgaon. Basically I belong to Muzaffarnagar, UP. And I work as a IT delivery manager. I have played other roles as well, like Agile coach, Scrum Master, etc. And what brings me here is that though I know like the technicalities, what is required in my career, and I have like a good number of years as well, but at times like I'm feeling hesitant because maybe like post COVID we don't have like so much opportunities to like make the speeches in offices, etc. So somehow like learning which was happening or confidence building which was happening, that has stopped, and like I am looking for my own ways of improvement, and I found a Toastmaster. Actually I met someone in MDI while I was doing a short course there. So some professor told me about this, and then I started search, and today I got the number as well. I spoke to someone, they shared me the details. So thank you for that. Like initially, like when I started my career, I did a couple of communication trainings. Okay, and like one or two were there, like from my native, and one I joined here as well in Delhi. I see that okay, people who are giving the feedback and the scoring and all, everything that is like perfectly like as the trainers were also doing. So great to be part of it.
Many of us had similar triggers to join Toastmasters, and we are happy to have you here.
Hi everyone, I am Nikhil Agrawal. I'm a chartered accountant and it's been around 3 years. I'm living in Gurgaon. So the Toastmaster, why I'm here is I just want to be future ready for my role, and the stage fear I have is always with me, and be it in a school, I've never been on a stage and delivering some kind of speech, but I just don't want to procrastinate it further, and I want to get rid of that and to be a speaker, to deliver the speech, and I was really impressed by the speech Ishita gave, and I've got in that parallel universe. So I'm trying to do something that by myself and to pursue.
So we have a lot of chartered accountants at GTMC.
We require that.
Yeah, and that's why you saw some of the giggles in the audience. So I think officially Big Four, so there are community Toastmasters clubs and there are corporate clubs. Officially, I don't think Big Fours have Toastmasters clubs in Gurgaon. They might have, I'm not. PwC has maybe. But CPMG and EY I have worked with, I didn't find there. So there are many CAs and pseudo CAs like me in the club. So yeah, welcome. Good to have you. Any other guests I have missed?
Hello guys, I'm Priyanka and I'm a performance manager in advertising agency. And I'm here because I'm afraid for public speaking and some for leadership quality and everything. So I found you to throughout the Toastmasters platform on social media. So I'm
Hello everyone. My name is Nisha. I am a teacher. Still, I have stage fear, lack of confidence, and for that, I am here going to join this Toastmaster Club. I have my legs are shivering right now. So yeah, this was it.
Ma'am, any feedback for us? Any feedback for us?
So I am really impressed with the way this has been planned out. I was very shocked to see that there are auxiliary and table topics roles as well. So I was just expecting that people will come and speak and there will be someone evaluating it. But I think the timer thing, counter, active listener and all of these roles were very interesting and that was very nice. And seeing everybody speak, I think I have lost a little bit of fear today. So I think that is a small win for me. And I think everybody was encouraging, so thank you so much. And I hope I will come again.
Do we have the results?
Yes, 1 minute.
So, few announcements. Number one, we are going to have humorous speech contest next weekend. Hence, and Toastmaster Isha is the contest chair for that. So, if anyone who is still sitting on the fence and thinking whether to participate or not, then please decide before 4 today, because we are going to close the nominations because we have to plan for that day. Which roles will we need for that?
Two timers, then chief judge, and he will be taking care of two judges, senior ballet counters and sergeants.
2 sergeant and arms.
Two
No,
and
one
one
is
because it's
1 sergeant and arms, 2 timers plus
ballet counters.
ballet counters. Okay.
Fine.
It will be instead of this session, we will have that session? Or?
Yeah. We'll have humorous speech competition on that day. If we have time, we might also have table topics, which we'll be able to confirm on that once we have the exact number of participants.
So that day, sergeant is not either.
Not formal role.
He or she would be just the logistics in the sense
How many nominations do we have?
We have till now 6 or 7.
And nobody enters or exits the room while
Yes.
We have 7 till now. आगे सर humorous speech.
वैसे भी चलो देते हैं
समझ लेंगे मैं ना सुनूंगा कोई ऐसे ना ऐसे you will find me laughing at the end of my
I'm traveling for Rakhi.
कल तो वहाँ बोला
But for a week I'm traveling to for 23rd itself.
I would like to take part in the interview.
We'll sort this out. You are taking nomination or you are taking the route? Take the nomination. Timers and sergeant
स्पीकर्स के नाम डिक्लेयर
Timer for
Suji.
Timer Alicia and anyone else?
Timer.
ये स्पीकर ये स्पीकर ना
On Sunday.
नितिन स्पीकर नहीं स्पीच तो नहीं इस पे दे सकते
I can.
बट इट शुड बी ह्यूमरस
Participate. Speaker.
इट शुड बी ह्यूमरस
सर बोला तो ट्रैफिक का
एक और आ गया भाई
ठीक है फॉर्म है so other than that second ठीक है if we don't have those we'll take it later on other than that the second announcement is that we have chief judge training today scheduled at 4 in the afternoon and we need 4 members to complete those members who have till now not done the chief judge training to do that to qualify for the Hall of Fame criteria. So Toastmaster Hema and Toastmaster Bhavya have already, agreed that they will do that training. I need 2 more.
So is it only the chief judge training or both judge and chief judge? There will be judges training and chief judges training.
Is it separate? I not.
It should be same, but
it's all today. But what is the criteria? Is it the judges training or the chief judges training? Criteria for it?
Judges training, I think.
No, he's asking for Hall of Fame. What's the criteria?
Hall of Fame, the criteria is that 4 members who have not done the judges training should have completed that training, plus one of the members should have served as a chief judge in one of the contests.
Okay.
So, Vicky, Anandita, 4 o'clock today. So start.
I will be attending that training.
You will attend. आपने पहले you have done it before or?
पहले शायद किया, मुझे देखना पड़ेगा कंटेंट देखने के बाद.
Okay, more people. Roman.
It's a good,
आज है.
know about the contest basics.
राकेश.
आप कर लो.
मैं नहीं करूँगा. Reason being कि there are lot of places where it is falling back on me. If I will do then.
Online था ना?
हाँ.
Online. राकेश.
ऑनलाइन ही है 4 हर्ष भी करेगा.
आपने
मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ, कोई बात नहीं कर पाऊँ.
आपका
सुन लिया बोलना नहीं है.
Okay guys, so we have the results out for best evaluator. We have no surprises. Toastmaster Manish. And my apologies to the club. The certificates are yet not available. My miss on my part. Photo Alisha.
कंजूसी करता है और
नहीं बैक ऑर्डर में है. We'll give certificate to everyone. It is. Best auxiliary role player, Toastmaster Tanika for
डिजिटल सर्टिफिकेट छाप के.
Best table topic speaker, once again Toastmaster Neeraj.
मैं करूँ तो क्यों लेते हो फोटो एक से खिंचाते हो और डिजिटली भेज दिया.
They print out themselves.
क्या जरूरत है प्रिंट. सॉफ्ट कॉपी रखता है नाम लिखा.
Best speaker,
That can be changed also.
Shita, but she is not here.
बेईमानी करनी वैसे.
यार, he is a husband तो उसका जरूरी तो नहीं कि वही सब्स्टिट्यूट करेगा.
सब्स्टिट्यूट फॉर व्हाट?
Shita.
अरे तो फोटो तो वैसे सर्टिफिकेट क्या है आपके पास?
सर्टिफिकेट तो है कि बट
तो फोटो खींच के चाहूँ उसकी जगह. So we just clap now.
Okay. So I think we had a great meeting. I especially like TMC did get a feedback from G, but I personally like the pauses. And it is his superpower that he doesn't fumble and he always uses pauses.
हाँ. Auxiliary.
MC आएगा. MC आएगा वो. MC आएगा.
Last best role play.
अच्छा बेस्ट रोल प्ले ऋषा. बेस्ट रोल प्ले ऋषा.
G20. I thought next मीटिंग के लिए पूछ. नेक्स्ट मीटिंग में एक MC चाहिएगा.
Next meeting में सर्जन नाम चाहिए.
बुलाएगा कौन?
हाँ.
1 by 1 बुलाएगा कौन?
No, we all will be sitting here now. It's speech contest,
So
not
guys,
debate
we'll
topic.
end the meeting. Or
One person. But
anything else
the meeting
needs to be
that is
covered?
known as MC.
हाँ, MC we need. Right. MC I will take on board. MC
Okay, you can.
So hi everybody, I'm Vigyanshi and I'm a student here at Masters Union. I'm doing my undergrad program.
but then I got to know that there is this club also that runs over the weekend. So I am also on my entrepreneurial journey, but I'm trying to build a cloud kitchen that's called the Bold Room. And we do daily ordering clean food. We're a daily ordering clean food brand built for urban India, people that go to office and want to have tasty foods inspired by global cuisines like a Mexican burrito bowl or an Italian pesto rice bowl, things like that, but making sure that there's some protein in the meal, there's no maida, there's no sugar, there's no palm oil, and so that you can opt in for having it every day. We've been supplying the meals over campus for the last 5 months, and the response has been amazing. Since you all guys are here, and I got to know that you probably walked till Cyber Park to have your lunch and enjoy all of that, I've gotten some extra meals for you to opt in today. Just in case if you're interested, I have Mexican burrito bowls. I've gotten a meal there with me, and just to show you all guys, I'll just get it 1 second. And yes. So these are the kind of meals that we do. I'm sorry, it is very impromptu that I'm presenting. And we've gotten a Mexican burrito bowl on the menu today. This is a 10-element bowl that we served with nachos. We've just gotten it for this club over here. So we've got some 12 pieces for you all to try. If in case you're interested, generally our bowls are priced at like $250, but we have an offer that $225. You can opt in for your bowl and enjoy for lunch today. So let me know if you're interested. Just as you dispose at the bowls outside, and I can hand you over. That's it.
Thank you. All
Thank
the
you.
best. So guys, great meeting. Team Ashish was great with his pauses. Really liked Toastmaster Nitin's speech, full of patriotism and aligned with the theme. Really liked the table topics. Especially came to know a few lingos that I didn't know. Like shade means something else now. Dilulu, crash out and YOLO. Yeah, I but I understood the full form today. So I think we can take a group photo and then we can disembark for lunch.